quick look at the trunk of the Cougar. What we got going on in here? So we got an air cleaner. I'm not sure if that's true Shelby or not. Engine block. We're gonna look through all this stuff a little bit later. Air cleaner back there, like a 70s something. Some heads right here, something in that box. I'll give you guys a better look into stuff in a little bit. Right now we're trying to either move the cars or start unloading. We'll see. So I was going through the center console.
They usually, they make money.
Found the owner's manual. Dad, see what I found here?
What's that?
You want me to pick anything up? Otherwise, I'm not going to sit here in the box.
Has the original
Oh, we need to
information for the car, it looks like.
on their wheels first. So if you want to leave that and then go cool it off, it's going to be a while.
Pretty cool. Quick update. The front, at least the front driver's side on the Mustang has a wheel lock on it, and we fortunately just found it. That was kind of the biggest questions right now, but we found it, so that should be good. We'll be able to pull that tire off. Working on kind of cleaning out each car with all the stuff that's in them, so they're empty. Cougar is pretty much done. Mustang got to end load. I think the trunk has some stuff in it, and also the interior. So that's what we're working on now. All right, quick update. Got this wheel off. This wheel spins, so it's not locked up. It's very good. Good news. Bad news is, out of all the tires sitting around, I don't think any of them are holding air. So we're gonna keep working. Go to a local tire place. I think Les Schwab is in town, and just get like the cheapest tires we can. Just probably go in on the front of each car, so they can roll up on the trailer. But right now I'm going to put a jack under this side to support it, and then start working on the other side, getting the other side of the boss up. This side, there's one lug nut that it's too big, and our lug wrench won't fit around it. It's hitting the rim, so we're gonna have to find a deeper socket for that. It's coming along nicely. My dad wants to do the back tires on the cars now too. We got valve cover. So NOS Boss 302 valve cover. Bunch of exhaust clamps. Got a steering pump in line.
Oh.
Look at that. This looks big, like big block to me. This could be a 390, 428, because it has a different bracket than a Boss.
We need that.
Oh yeah. See it, SE. I think this is the Boss 302 fan. All right, got both front ends of both cars up on jack stands. I'm gonna see if I can get under the rear to jack up on the rear end, the whole rear of the car. Don't know how well that's gonna work. The Cougar is up in the air. 3 of the wheels are off. That one's coming off soon, I think. Mustang, this side's getting jacked up right now. We'll be putting a jack under it shortly, and then onto the other side of the Mustang. Both cars up on jacks, all 4 corners. Only took us about 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours. Each wheel is pretty much dug in, so we had to dig down, put the jack on there, jack them up with the crappy little scissor jack we got from Walmart. Nothing special. It's worked out though. The car's reported on jacks. So now we're heading to the tire place. Hopefully get, I guess they're doing 8 tires, full set. All right, we got 8 tires and headed back to the cars. Whew. All right, got all the tires on, mounted. Managed to go through this huge freaking thing of keys. Can't even barely move the keys. There's so many keys on this thing. But I found both keys for both cars. The steering was locked, so you can't turn them without the key. So I got both keys for both cars. They're now in ignition. That was a very, very long day. I think it took us 10 hours to get the cars from sitting in the dirt to on the trailer. It's like 6:30 right now. It might be 7:30, I don't know. Well, for one, the Boss Mustang, after filling up tires, brand new tires, instantly had a flat. Good news is the axle wasn't locked up, so it actually rolled, but still flat. On top of that, the Mustang had aftermarket traction bars on the rear, and they hang down quite a bit lower than the I guess the leaf spring clearance, a couple, like, you know, probably 4 or 5 inches, and it was hitting the trailer as we were pulling up the ramp. They were hitting the edge of the trailer. Cougar, all the tires stayed inflated, but the rear end was locked up. So that was a pain. Had to drag it, and then once we got on the trailer, it wasn't straight. Had to pull it to the side more than once. Just so much adjustments, so many things that had to be accounted for. So 10 hours to get these cars on a trailer. It's crazy. You never expected. And the U-Haul that I'm driving, the trailer, one of the tires has a flat. So there's another thing went wrong. I don't even know if I mentioned that. I'm pretty tired. So I'm kind of just putting along at like 25 miles an hour. We're going back road, back to Riverton. Dying of thirst. I drank multiple bottles of water. We had a huge Diet Coke from McDonald's. Like, I was just down in the water. It was like 85 degrees, 90 degrees. It's really dry out here. It's super dry. Skin's dry, my mouth is dry. So, but so far it's been a success. Howdy guys, it's Friday evening, like 5 o'clock. We're in Park City, Utah, taking a mountain route because Salt Lake City's got pretty backed up with traffic. Pretty cool scenery here. Out here, I know it doesn't look that good on video, but there's a cool ski ramp right up there. Cool mountain town. You can see the slopes way up there. All right, we made it home, San Diego. So we got the Cougar and it's resting its place, at least for now. It's probably gonna be here for quite a while. because we don't have anywhere else to put it. But the trailer unloading went pretty smoothly. Didn't hit anything, didn't cause any new dents. That's good. We were I just put it up on some dollies to roll around, make it easier to kind of put in this position. Jacked at the rear and kind of wanted to get a good look at the other side, and it's looking really, really, really nice. One of the cleanest undercarriages I've seen on one of these cars. Factory competition green paint, still shiny. Torque box, very solid. A lot of times you'll see rust in between this pinch weld right here. Started bubbling, and there's really very minimal rust here. It's not perfect, but you know, it's been sitting in the field for 10 years. The undercoatings are flaking off. A lot of times this is pretty rusty through here on the torque box. Surface rust, but it looks pretty dang good. Frame rails, super straight. I don't really see any issues from like jacking it up in the wrong spot or hitting rocks or anything on this frame rail. That one is pretty nice as well. You can see the floor on that side too. We aren't really sure what was original on the drivetrain on the car. And after looking at the transmission, I realized this little part right here is called a speedometer gear reducer. It was only available, or it was only factory installed on 391 to 430 geared Boss 302 and 428 supercarbojet cars, at least in 69 and 70. And so that was a good indication that it was an original original transmission. And so I quickly went over there and I started scraping away. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a tag right there. It's a Rug AW, which I believe is a close ratio. I'd have to double check, but I know it's a Boss 28 spline trans. I don't know if I can't remember for sure if it's a close or wide, but I'm thinking it's probably the correct trans. I have to confirm with the Marty report. And the only thing is, obviously the engine not original, but same thing with the rear end. The housing, I believe would be the original housing, at least it's the correct housing, because it has two holes on the side. One for the brake distribution block for the rear brakes, which is bolted to the rear, and there's also a vent tube, which is the second hole, a little bit farther on the outside, which only staggered shock cars got. And it only would have had a staggered shocks if it was a 4-speed car, which is a Boss, which is what a Boss is. So staggered shocks still there. The actual third member housing, as well as like the pinion, has been replaced. It's got a 67 date code on it. I don't know what that rear end housing would have been out of, because it is a reinforced dual rib on the top, but it's pre-nodular case. So I was thinking it might be a spec case, would be like a 67 GT500, but it has a date code and not spec, so I don't really know what that would have came in. I'd have to do some research. I don't think GT390 cars got the extra rib. So, but yeah, really, really good news on this car. It's unbelievably solid down here. Like it's insane. It's blown up. It blew our mind how clean this car was on the underside. I mean, just some rust here, but that's patchable. Sorry, my dad's on the phone. Fortunately, leaf springs. Valence looks pretty freaking straight. Not perfect, but you know. This Valence actually, now look at it. It's got blue, so it might have been replaced. Blue under the green. We were looking at the rear. This quarter panel has some work done. It's got some Bondo stuff down here, so it might have been hit. You can kind of see how it's blended in right here. So painted partially, and I think from here on is original. And yeah, super original car. We're hoping to find a build sheet under the carpet. With how clean the floors are, you'd expect that the build sheet would be good. It's just, will it be there or not? So we're gonna work on pulling the carpet.